Hello again. July is coming to an end here in the Dark Forest. We're in the thick of harvest. A chance to see a year's work of effort pay off, at least. That's what I hope it will do. Can't buy the plot to the south if I don't make enough money from this. We came here. This place was barren, deforested, discarded, with nothing here but tree stumps. What was once forest became decay. We changed that. Gave this place purpose, and after a long 2 years of hard work, it's finally time to see just what we've made from it. Now, August is tomorrow, and the harvest continues. So, it's time that we reap what we sow. Hello, I'm the Couch Farmer, and welcome back to my Land Reclamation Survival series here in the Dark Forest. We are currently in the process of harvesting the wheat field. Been going well so far. This is the last grain harvest this season, so when it's done, Walter will be expecting his harvester back. He was very kind enough to loan me his old harvester. It's done well. Thought about buying it off him at the end of this, but unfortunately can't afford it. Well, right now anyway, so maybe next season. The plan for right now is to find a stronger tractor that's powerful enough to pull a potato harvester. So, anything above 200 horsepower, the more the better. I have big plans for the plot to the south, and I'm going to need all the muscle I can get. Of course, I have to be able to afford that plot too, but we'll get there. Land's relatively cheap here, but we are in a hard economy, and I can never really keep money for long here. You will see why later. Alright, so we've put barley, straw into our makeshift bale storage. Time to finish the wheat field, put the grain straight in the silo. We'll have to sell it when the price is best if I'm going to be able to make any profit from this. Go from there. This might be a busy episode, so hopefully it's an enjoyable one. Sit back, relax, grab a drink, and enjoy the show. Alright, well, we're just finishing up the wheat for this year. Took a few trips back and forth to the silo. This harvester doesn't have a huge capacity, but hopefully that means we've done quite well. We'll see when we get this final load in. It's went pretty smoothly so far, I'm happy with that. But before I check how much wheat we've got, I'm just going to give this harvester a quick wash and send it back to Walter in good nick. Here we go. 38,252 litres of wheat in the silo. Pretty good yield for the food size. Current prices are low though, so we will sell in December. The price is just so much better then, and we need the highest prices we can get this time. The potatoes are ready to be picked. Finally. Get to use the harvester I used for $100,000. A huge investment. I hope it pays off. Well, we'll see. For now though, none of my tractors have the power to work it and pull it at the same time. Alright, I took it to the shop and repaired it, so now it's ready to get to work. We'll leave it here by the field for now. I think we're going to have to sell the silage to help pay for a new, more powerful tractor, so that's what we'll do first. Luckily, silage is selling for a decent price this month, so hopefully this will be a good payday. One good thing is, luckily, the grass work is going strong. We have 347,698 litres of fully fermented silage, and it's currently selling for $120, which looks to be the highest price around this time of year. So, let's get this sold and we'll see how much we make. We have a lot to do this episode, so I will spare you the multiple trips back and forth from the pit to the sales point. Here we are. Silage sold for a tidy sum of $39,046. Very happy with that. That gives us just over 100 grand to find a stronger tractor. And don't you know it? This case Traction King will do well, I think. I like the look of it, I really do. The 2870 series, or 2870 series, whatever, with a 300 horsepower engine, top speed of 24 miles an hour. This will work. Not too expensive too. $86,300. And that leaves us once again with very little money. Seems to be a recurring theme here in the Dark Forest. But that's okay. We have the engine. Let's get these potatoes out of the ground. This is going to be fun. truck is full. First load of potatoes, 20,000 litres with this trailer. Looks like the prices don't differ too much. About a $50 difference between the top price and the lowest. We're in the middle, and since I can't afford to build a cellar just yet, and the yield that we have this year wouldn't make much sense, we'll just take them to the market and sell them first today. I'm sure the market would be very happy about that, some locally sourced produce to sell. First sale of potatoes, here we go, come to about $5,000 with the environmental bonus. I'm happy with that. Root vegetables straight from the field aren't the most profitable crop. It's not too bad to harvest. We'll definitely think about expanding the potato field next year, but we have some work left, so let's finish the potatoes and we'll see what's what. Okay, potatoes are all done now. Looks like I harvest close to 50,000 litres of potatoes in that one field. That sold for 11,326 straight away. Not great, but not bad. Wouldn't make much more than $12.50 if I were to sell at the highest price anyway. It didn't take too long, pretty straightforward. The only issues were my bad driving. So yeah, great. The farmer's market will be happy to sell all my freshly, locally sourced potatoes to the local community in the area. Alright, potatoes are done. That was quite fun. Alright, onions now. So, looking at the onion prices before we harvest, looks like if I were to sell them now, I would lose about $100 profit per litre. That's not great. Looks like the best time to sell is December and January, so I think I might look for a storage solution now. That just so I can make the most when it does time to sell. I know I don't have a lot, but I've got to save where I can. The problem is, how much will the storage be? Okay, so I found this vegetable storage bunker. It's costing me $10,000, which is most of everything I just made from the potatoes. Can hold up to 100,000 litres of vegetables. This could work quite well in the long run. Might need to have a couple. Just going to lay it in the trees for now, but we'll have to clear some of those trees out in the future to make proper space. It's fine. Drop off is at one side, pick up is in the other, and I didn't really take that into consideration before I built it. Okay, not to worry. Let's take the harvester to the shop, get it converted to onions, and let the games begin. Well, looks like more trial and tribulations because this harvester doesn't pick onions straight up from the ground like it does potatoes. So we're going to have to hire the onion harvester windrow pickup thingy. This costs 69,000 grand to buy, but to rent it's only $3,519. Still very costly. But I've gone this far, might as well finish it. Plus, I don't mind losing pretend money. But if this were a real world investment, I'd be buggered. Okay. Now, let's get this rented. And finally, start the onion harvest. Alright, so onions have all been picked up from the field. That went quite smoothly, actually. Pretty happy with that. Gotta look at buying the windrow picker unit that I rented this time. Also thinking a larger field for the onions. These root crops really have to be harvested in large quantities to be worth it. But I'm learning a lot here. Like, maybe I should check the storage unit I just built before realizing they don't take onions? Once again, things just ain't going my way today in the dark forest. Seems the root crop storage I bought can't hold onions. Not ideal. Don't want to sell it straight away, so for now, I think my silo can hold it, which is not very realistic, but let's just pretend it is. Let's just have a little suspension of disbelief for this time, until I can afford an onion storage in the future. I knew root crops weren't going to be profitable. I didn't quite think it would sink into the funds as much as it does. But you know, once it's all sorted, it'll be fine. Okay, so we now have 31,001 liters of onion in the silo. We'll wait to see what that will make when the price is best. So, as for the root storage crop, that's fine. We can use it for carrots, and carrots are ready now to harvest. But I think I'll keep them on the ground for a little bit longer. They're good for a couple more months. For now, let's bale the remaining straw from the wheat field and get that into storage. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we have 38 bales of straw in our hand-built storage facility, as you can see behind me. That's pretty good. Time now for a quick equipment switcheroo. I like this current trailer, but I'm crap at reversing it. Plus, this trailer has seen better days. Going to repaint it, sell it off. Got just over 4,700 for that, which is awesome given its age. And I already found a good replacement. Came across this deal I found online. Brand new lizard trailer, only going for $1,800. A steal, really. And with a fixed axle, it'd be a dream to maneuver compared to my old one. We'll park it here at the sawmill. Should get some use next month. So time for some field maintenance. It's mulching time. This should give me a little boost in yield. Thinking about planting some canola next as well. Pretty decent priced right now. Or maybe soybeans. We have options, so let's get this field mulched. Get rid of the stumps which I left since last time. And while we're doing that, I'll think of my next steps. Alright, I'm going to get some seed in the ground this month before we move on. Have to plant a crop that is profitable in less volumes, so canola is my best bet for now. I'm thinking canola for the first two fields that we previously done barley in. I thought about soybeans because it's an easier crop to manage, but we don't have a planter. So canola it is. Alright, time to put my head down and plant these two fields. Then it's time to tidy up a bit before we rest for the day. Okay, well, we've done a lot of stuff this month. Luckily, carrots can stay in the ground for a wee while longer, so we're good for that. Alright then, it's quitting time. We did some proper graft this month. I think I'll slap some steak on the grill and put my feet up for the rest of the day. On to September. Alright, September is here, and we did some clearing at the vegetable bunker storage. I've got some ideas for this wee spot. Maybe one or two more storage bunkers for other veggies and perhaps onion storage too. Maybe even a greenhouse. I am in desperate need of some passive income here, so that might be a good idea. Luckily, the trees didn't go to waste. Shifted them all at the sawmill, and as you can see, we have some already processed. Let's try and get this sold. We'll make back some money that we've wasted so far. Here we go, 4 pallets of planks going to the cooperage next door. They're buying it for just under $8,000 with the bonuses. And then it's off to the farmer's market. They're going to take the long planks and beams. Here we go. Alright, well, 29 grand-ish. I'm happy with that. Given we're in such deficit financially, the extra wood is going to really help us out here. Alright, well, I don't know about you, but there's nothing better than the smell of some freshly cut grass in the morning. And since the grass field is all ready, that's what I'll do. We have done a lot this episode, so I will do this one off camera. We'll come back when it's all in the pit. Alright, we have 496,253 litres of silage compacted and ready to be blanketed for fermentation. This took a long time. I'm going to roll the grass field now, so it's time to grow for one more cut before winter. I like using the pit, but it might be smarter to look for other options to help speed up the process, perhaps a fermenting silo, I don't know yet. We have time to think on it. For now, that silage taken care of should be ready in 2 months-ish. Using a grass roller has actually been quite productive. It's helped us harvest more times than expected this year, so yeah, I'm happy about that. It was a good investment. And that's the grass taken care of for the next couple of months, so now it's finally time to harvest the carrots. Okay, well, that was a lie. Slight hiccup. I was trying to move some extra chaff around. Wanted to just sell off the wee pile I had that slipped out the pit. Unfortunately, my trailer truck doesn't want to take anything out. Even tried to collect wood chips. To no avail. This wonder. I like this truck as well. I could go sell it and just buy a simple trailer, but I like the idea of having a trailer that I can drive itself, so no time like the present for a little impromptu trailer truck upgrade, sort of. That's okay. Found this lizard trailer. It's smaller capacity, but I checked this time and it works. Looks cool too. A bit more expensive, but can't do anything about that. Okay. So I've been struck with some misfortune this season, but that's part of the game. Wouldn't be fun if everything worked so easily. So, no more distractions. Time to harvest these carrots. Taken a while to get to where we are now, and I know the harvester won't be cheap to rent. Doesn't help that carrots are the slowest crop to harvest that I've ever seen in this game, but that's fine. That's what time lapses are for. Okay, so we're in the middle for pricing right now. Could sell them straight away, but might as well get some use out of the new vegetable bunker I built. Best time to sell is January, so winter should be profitable. I think we're selling pretty much everything then. Hopefully we'll make enough to expand the farm and buy the land to the south. Here we go, renting the harvester this year. The DeWolf GBC carrot harvester for 5,151 to rent. Likely I won't be making anything from carrots, but I don't always do it for a profit. It's nice to give to the market locally grown vegetables too. My part for this small community here in the dark forest. Okay, I've talked enough. Let's get these carrots out and stowed away for winter. Cue the final montage. Okay, harvest is complete. We have, surprisingly, 64,829 liters of carrots in storage. That's like well more compared to the onions, which was in the same size field comparatively. So, it may be slower to harvest, but you do get better yield, I suppose. We'll sell them in a couple months, when the price is best. A decent yield, more than expected, but that was far more frustrating to harvest than I have ever had. Might want to consider finding a larger harvester next time. We'll see how I feel when I see how much we will get from it first. Okay, so grand total for this year's harvest. We have, waiting to sell this winter, in addition, the 65,000 liters of carrots that we just got done, barley, 35,000 liters, onions, 31,000 liters, wheat, 38,000 liters, and 496,000 liters of fermenting silage. And that, and about 25,000 liters of wood left to process at the sawmill. Only time will tell how much that makes us, but I'm looking forward to finding out. Thank you for watching. This has been a very busy episode of The Dark Forest, my land reclamation survival series on Farming Simulator 25. Next episode, we're going to find out if I've made enough this harvest to fund the plot to the south and make this farm truly massive. We have so much more to do here in the Dark Forest, we're just getting started. I have been the Couch Farmer. Thank you so much for watching and coming with me on this fun little journey here through the trials and many tribulations. Alright, until next time, yippee-ki-yay, virtual farmers!